Welcome back, guys. Happy Wednesday. Sam asked a really good question. What do I prefer, anime or manga? Well, Sam, funny you should ask that question because I happen to own lots of anime and their manga. So for me, when I first start diving into a show, I always start with an anime because it just catches my attention a lot faster. It produces way more information in a shorter period of time. And it is just easier to get hooked on an anime because you can throw an anime on the TV, be interested while also doing other things. And you can take in that information from the screen while taking in information somewhere else. Where when I'm reading manga, I am focusing just on the information in front of me. I happen to have collected lots of animes and then followed up with the mangas, and there's a few things that I notice. It is very rare that the manga and the anime are the same story. I've learned over my time of watching and reading that you gotta kind of look at them from two different places, and it's few and far between that you find a storyline that matches in both the anime and manga. Now, I'm dyslexic, so obviously the visual of an anime makes it easier for me to watch and understand and follow than a manga, which is why I have some manga of animes that I own. So this is This a Zombie? It's one of my favorites. I have the first 2 seasons here. It's about a guy who is who's resurrected by a necromancer and has some weird abilities, and is technically a zombie, but he's maybe something a little bit different, and he inherits a magic chainsaw and he chops up weird funky demons with it. It's kind of like a slice of life humor, comedy, I guess you could say. I recommend it. It's pretty fast paced, but it's lots of fun. In the English version, I really like all the voice dub acting, and I've watched only a few episodes in Japanese and it's still pretty good. Now that takes me to the manga, which I have collected. I have volumes 1 through 7 and 1 through 4 are open, and some of them aren't. 1 through 4 are open. 5 still has the paper on it, and 6 and 7 are open. And I've probably only read the first 3. And I bought them all brand new about 4 years ago. So I haven't even gotten through the series in the manga that I own, and there's more manga to this set. I have watched season 1 and season 2 of Is This a Zombie multiple times. When I first got it, I watched it a couple times a year. It's been a couple years, maybe a year and a half since I watched any of it, and I don't think I finished it the last time. Not that it isn't good, that it's hard to watch this show when you have kids around. But there's lots of things to love about this show. Look at the art on this box. It's just a good show. Watch it, guys. And I have other series that I like. So I have Dance in the Vampire Bund, the manga and the manga and the anime. And I like them both. I have completely read the whole collection of the manga, which is quite a vast collection. And I've watched the whole series, and they have many similarities. It's one of the ones where the storylines kind of follow closely, but the manga is just a little bit more detailed and has a little bit more information. And anime has this habit of dying out maybe after the second season. The show will just stop, so you don't get all all of the story. But I think that happens a lot when they start to change the story. That's my opinion. Once the anime starts changing from the manga, you kind of lose a lot of people. To answer your question, I like them both, but I favor anime over manga. But when I like an anime series, I crave the manga. I want to buy it, collect it, hang it on my wall. For me, they're a package deal. If you really like an anime, you're going after the manga, and vice versa. But I think if you start reading the manga and the anime comes out, you're more skeptical. So if you watch a really good anime, you want to go out and buy the manga. But if you read a really good manga and you hear that an anime is coming out, I think that there's more skeptics when it works that way. I'm not sure why. So that's my answer. Anime I prefer, but if I have the anime, I want the manga. Now my question for you, Sam, is where does the Totoro go? Alright, if anybody's watched Studio Ghibli, you'll get to the point in the show where the girls are waiting for their dad at the bus stop and Totoro shows up. They'll exchange an umbrella for some acorns. And then he'll get on the cat bus and run away. But where is the Totoro going? Where's the cat bus taking him? Now my theory on this is that he's gone to where Spirit of the Way takes place. If you haven't seen Spirit of the Way, I recommend watching it and follow that up with the Totoro and think about what I'm telling you right now. Okay, Totoro gets on the bus, the cat bus. The cat bus takes him away to the Spirited Away land. There is a hotel for spirits and gods. Totoro is a forest spirit that resides in the sacred tree next to the main character's house. I think that it could be possible that Totoro is going to the bathhouse in Spirited Away. Now you never see him. It's a whole different world, but there are some connections that Studio Ghibli throws in a lot of his shows. For one, soot sprites. And soot sprites are big in both of these shows. In Totoro, the house that they move into is full of soot sprites. In Spirited Away, down in the furnace, the coal is moved by soot sprites. There's a connection there. Maybe some of those soot sprites from the house after they move in go to work at the bathhouse. And then when Totoro gets on the cat bus takes him into this other world of the gods or the world of the spirits and takes him to the bathhouse. This is my theory on where the Totoro could possibly be going. And maybe that's one of the reasons why when they go back to find Totoro for the second time, when Mei wants to prove that he's real, that they don't find him. Maybe he needed a bath. This is just my theory, and I could dive into it more if I had a little bit more time to maybe come up with some more keys or connections. Almost kind of like a Totoro conspiracy theory. But what do you think Totoro is getting up to? And where do you think he might be going when he gets on the cat bus at the bus stop? Alright guys, I hope that you found that this episode entertaining, and I can't wait to hear the theory on the cat bus and Totoro. And we'll, today's Wednesday, Thursday, so I'll see you Friday. See you Friday, guys. Toodaloo, toodaloo. Oh, I knocked my manga over.